was fast. Patricia Lynn, hi. 8 viewers already. Hey, can everyone hear me okay? I just spent like a half hour trying to set everything up. I want to make sure you can hear me and see me okay. 3 likes already, thank you. Hey, hello Yoma. Hi, Alex Finger. So I'm going to do a quick reading. Coming in loud and clear. Hi, hello. ASMR Mom. I got you. I just got a notification from my own Hangout. That's really cute. Hey everyone. So I'm going to do a quick greeting, and then I'm probably going to ask a couple questions, and then I'll set us up, and then we'll move into the Hangout. Perfect break for finals. Finals. Hi everyone. How are you? I'm good. Hi Samantha. Oh, Scotland. Oh, desk mark. Wee. So I did a Hangout last night, and I don't want to, this isn't going to be like a Mr. Mohawk. That's fine. Go to bed. You're good. Only a bunch of people were in videos. That's creepy. All right, so I'm going to look away from the comments for a second and let you know that I did a live stream last night, and what I did is I tried to do a get ready with me live stream where I was getting ready and talking to people, and something I've known about myself for a long time now is that I'm not that good at multitasking. So it was a disaster. I mean, it wasn't a disaster, it was fine. But I did like a mediocre job on my makeup, and I also did a mediocre job talking to people. And the thing that made the whole experience really joyful for me was talking to you all. So I wanted to redo it tonight as just a Q&A where I just pay attention to you guys and do a Hangout Q&A. Moving forward, I'd like to do one of these maybe like once a month, once every 2 months. Maybe I'll do one Q&A, one ASMR session. I like talking to you. Because that's kind of the interesting thing about having an ASMR channel. Hi Portland, is I know there are a lot of people who just watch my channel for ASMR and to help them fall asleep, and that's totally fine. I don't take it personally at all. If you're not interested in me, you just want my videos. I get it. I'm the same way with a lot of artists. But I also know that there's a maybe like, I'm Pat Soul, you're back. There's maybe like a 10%, or Lola, you're back. There's maybe like a 10% of you who also really enjoy me as a person and enjoy interacting with me. So I really get a lot of joy out of just interacting with you all. Many of you know that I have 3 kids right now. I've been really overwhelmed, and something that has really made this channel worthwhile for me has just been interacting with my viewers. So I thought doing live streams occasionally, even though they don't get a ton of views, even though they don't like make a lot of money or anything, they're just something that bring me joy, and they remind me why I love doing this. So I'm going to be doing that occasionally. Hi Mexico, hola Mexico. Why I look very smart. Okay, so again, this is going to be re-uploaded and replayed on my channel. It's just a regular video. If you're seeing this not live, this is not going to be an ASMR video. It's not going to help you fall asleep. Say my name, Eric Lawler, Scooby. All right. Hey, Mississippi, M-A-S-S-I, Mississippi, PI, Pennsylvania. Yeah, so for anyone just checking in from a replay, this is not going to be ASMR. This is going to be a Hangout, Q&A, chatting with people. So now that I have that disclaimer out of the way, oh, the other disclaimer is that I'm home alone with my 3 kids right now. And they're all, I have a 6-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a 5-month-old. So if they start crying or screaming, I might disappear suddenly. I don't know. My husband is out doing work stuff right now. Hi, New Jersey, I think. Hi, Canada. Go. Canada still has ASMR. Thank you. I know so many babies. Hi, Brazil. How tough is it being a mom? It's less tough than it is wonderful, but it's very tough. So again, I'm looking away from the comments for a second. And could you all just tell me how the sound is right now? I have my youngest sleeping in the next room, and I have the TV playing. I have like a BBC nature documentary playing. 5 months old, yeah. He's actually almost 6 months old. Sound is good. I know there's probably background noise. I'm in my bathroom, so it's like echoey. I just want to make sure you can hear me clearly. Little TV sound. Yeah. Sounds fine. Thank you. Okay. I'm just so happy to be with y'all. Guatemala. Maybe a little quiet. Okay. That's great. In East Texas, I was in Houston recently. It's my first time out there. Because I didn't like going to the gym to watch. Oh, that makes me feel bad because I'm a genius at delaying going to the gym. So, Let's go to DQ. Hi, Tulsa. Where'd you get that lay towel? This was here when I moved in. Are you okay? I'm okay. I'm pretty overwhelmed in general in my life right now, but I'm not like unhappy or anything. I just have a lot going on. What do you do at the gym? I honestly mostly do cardio. I like to hop on a treadmill and listen to, I'm like a nerdy gym goer. I like to hop on a treadmill and listen to podcasts like Radio Lab and Invisibilia. Pretty in Pink. Connecticut. Okay, so this is Connecticut. I dated a guy who lived in Enfield for a while when I was younger. So my real name is Lola. I don't know. Dale D. So this lipstick, where's the tube? It's right over here. This is, I bought it from Sephora. It was on sale. This is a Gem and the Holograms lipstick. And it's something that I bought because it was on sale, and I was like, that might be fun for a silly costume or something, but I just genuinely like it. It's a good lipstick. So if you want it, check out Sephora and see if it's still there. Todd, you're here. Not pumping iron at the gym. No way, Enfield. All right. That's funny. Yeah, private message me. We'll see if we have a mutual friend. Mom to 3 boys. That's really exciting. Gem, yeah, Gem and Holograms. This lipstick is truly outrageous. ASMR. ASMR. I can just say Matt, right? So dumb, I thought your name was JB. No, that's not dumb at all. Up until a few weeks ago, I just did JB, and I recently revealed that my real first name is Lola. Thank you, Matt. Okay, so I know, you can all say hi to him, it's fine. It's not like, I love Dairy Queen. So I really love Dairy Queen ice cream cakes. Why are you in the bathroom? Because I'm a mom, and this is where moms hide when they want time to themselves. Hi, Chris time. So I will let you all know, it's been a long time since I've had a blizzard. Real quick, before I get back to the comments, I just want to let you all know that I'm streaming on my iPhone, and when you're streaming on your phone live as opposed to the computer, I can literally only see 2 to 3 comments at a time. They scroll through really quickly. So if I don't respond to your comment, it's not because I'm ignoring you, it's because they're going by super fast. So feel free to repeat it. How quickly do you stop talking to someone, they say. Okay, so I get sung to with the last name Lola. People sing to me a lot. There are 3 major ones. There's the song by the Kinks, LOA Lola. There's the song from Damn Yankees, Whatever Lola Wants, Lola Gets. Oh, and there's one more. What's the other one? How are your little ones? They're great. Hi, Korea. So there's Whatever Lola Wants, Lola Gets. There's the Kinks. And then there's another one. Hi, Alabama. Tattoo on my right arm. That alien collab ASMR took way longer than it should have. So this is an image from the movie Secret of Nim. This is an image from the movie Last Unicorn. This is from a book called No Such Things by an author called Bill Peet. This is Jurassic Park. And this, I know it looks like some sort of weird Cartman Pokeball, but this is actually from a book called The Power of Myth, which is a transcription of a interview between Bill Moyers and Joseph Campbell. otoscope. I know I can't do any otoscope stuff right now because this is just my phone. I don't have my 3DO hooked up or anything. I have returned. Hello. Do you like mukbangs? So I don't get ASMR. ASMR. So I don't get ASMR from mukbangs, but I find them weirdly comforting and satisfying. So I do watch them sometimes, but I don't think I would ever do one on YouTube. Thank you. Okay. I'm waiting until I hit my weight goal before wording myself. See, my whole thing with tattoos is everyone has a different approach to tattoos, but for me, oh, that makes my heart feel really big when I dog. That's a callback to an old video. Yes, and I actually have, I just last night recorded a video for my second channel. So my thing with tattoos, I'm looking away from the comments for a second, is that to me they're like a scrapbook that I keep on my body. So oftentimes, and I have some like bad tattoos like this, who even knows what that says anymore because the script is so bad. I have, you can't really see it, I have like a black sheep tattoo on my shoulder that's like a mass. I have a bunch of bad tattoos, but they were really meaningful for me at the time that I got them. So even if they don't mean a ton to me now, they were really meaningful to me at the time. So they're like an old photo album or a scrapbook. And I'm pretty happy. You love those, you, good job, yeah. So I'm pretty comfortable with the idea of getting a tattoo that like I might regret, just because it's a good memory for me. We're missing Raven Rain. Where is she at? You know, we need some puns. I took a getting tattoos. Should link add your second channel. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so I saw the comment from my viewer in Guatemala, and that's really cool. It's really interesting because some people will show their family like ASMR videos, and their family will be like, WTF, and then some of their families will be like, oh, that's interesting. So I'm glad that they were open to it. Thank you, Matt, for the comment on that podcast. That was really neat. Some more of their episodes since then. So if any of you aren't already familiar with him, Dr. Craig Richards, who runs the website ASMR University. So ASMR University, run by Dr. Craig Richards, is a really awesome website. It takes a very academic view on ASMR, and he has a great newsletter. He does great interviews and updates, and a while back he reached out to a bunch of ASMR content creators that he had spoken with in the past, including me, and set up sort of a like media contact list. So the reason that I was in that recent podcast, and I'll probably be in a few things in the future, is because of him, because he set up that list. Going to bed. Sweet dreams, Rachel. Cool. My husband to ASMR. He's sharing the good hip. That's really cute, Renee. I watch your videos every night. My favorite is I love doing the sci-fi ones. It's a drink. Always. Ashley, hi. I'm sorry if I didn't see you earlier. I love seeing you on my videos. You're always so sweet and thoughtful with your comments. Put my little guys down. Put those babies to sleep. I know what it's like. Be back soon. Take your time. Yeah, this is a delight. So like 109 of you here. Yes, how Jermaine! You're another one who I see in my comments all the time. You're always so sweet and thoughtful. I'm gonna be 36 in June. Ashley is gaming. It's totally fine. I'm like a celebrity in my books. It's so weird. So once again, I'm looking away from the comments for a second because I can't focus on what I'm saying when I'm looking at the comments. But So I watched ASMR videos nightly for 2 or 3 years before I started making them. And, you know, there were a bunch of ASMR content creators like Whispers Bread and Heather Feather and Lauren Stresky Fenton and the One William. There were all these people who were just idols to me because I thought they were really cool and because they helped me sleep and they helped me through tough stuff in my life. And it's really interesting because their channels have continued to grow. But since I started making videos, like my channel right now is like viewership wise smaller than their channels were when I was really following them. But it's just like a moving the goalposts kind of thing where I recognize that I have this incredible viewership and I feel very lucky, but I don't feel like I feel like I should feel based on how I viewed them at that time. Does that make sense? Anyone parse that for me in a way that makes more sense? Like I feel like they're all goddesses and I just stumbled into a lot of really nice people. Future ASMR videos, I always have long list. Same here, never expected a fraction of my viewers. How embarrassing, this misspoke. You said 36. No, I'm 36, it's fine. Yeah, it's weird. Like, once again, I'm looking away from the comments right now. I really specifically remember listening to like a vlog or an interview with Emma from Whispers Red where she was talking about her channel and she was talking about doing readings of books or something like that, and she said, I don't know if I'd be able to do that because I'm a low subscriber channel. And at the time she had just over 50,000 subscribers, and at the time I was like, 50,000 subscribers is a low subscriber channel, and that blew my mind because at the time I think I had like 1,000 subscribers and I was like, if that's a low subscriber channel, what am I? But now I think I have almost 70,000 subscribers, and I very much know that in the grand scheme of YouTube, I'm a low subscriber channel. So, you know, it's weird to be on this end of it. I'm incredibly grateful, but I also see it differently. Do you believe in ghosts? Clean the kitchen a bit. All right. Thanks, Todd. It was good seeing you. Thanks for dropping in. Oh, these are going so fast. Followed. I know, I have quality. Psychology 101. Hi, fairy tale. Children. Yes, I have 3 children. So I think I saw a question about Courtney. Hey, Abilene. I've had a few questions about kissing videos. I think I would incorporate kissing sounds into like a trigger assortment video. I don't like doing the kissing trigger enough to make a whole video out of it though. My boyfriend, one of your ear cleaning videos. That was Is there any ASMR? There are a lot of artists that I would love to collaborate with. I get really anxious or embarrassed to collaborate with other ASMR content creators for all sorts of reasons. I don't think I fully come across like this on my channel, but I am a very anxious, overthinking, paranoid person. And if it's someone who has more subscribers than me, even if it's like by 1, I'm afraid that they're gonna think I'm like trying to take advantage of them. And then if it's people who have similar or fewer viewers than me, I'm like, oh, but I'm such a mess, and like it's hard for me to keep up with the schedule, and I don't want to let people down. Crink11, yeah, Crink11, we're actually in discussions for 2 different collaborations right now. Yeah, she's awesome. She's really cool. She's like someone who I wish I had gone to high school with because I think we would have been good friends. Thank you, Blake. Predator click. Hold on, I'll try to do it. I have to be really hydrated to do it. I actually made a video on how to do it, but I think I might have lost the audio file for it. So basically, long story short, the predator purr it's like gargling, but without any liquid, but you still have to be a little bit hydrated. Let's see if I can do it. Okay. Can you hear that at all? I'm really dry right now. Oh, I don't know what my different tattoos cost. I mean, I'm 36 and I've been getting tattoos since I was 18, so. How do you do that sound? Honestly, it's just like gargling, but without any liquid in my throat. Well, thank you for being here at all, Kalito. Good night. Central and DLD. DLD, I see you comment on all my videos and I really appreciate it. It's like a cat. Yeah, it is a little bit like a purr. That's what I call it, predator purr. Hi, reality is an illusion. Get to the chopper. Okay, so ghosts. I don't know. I'm in a real weird place. Like, I have somewhat of a scientific background in that I've taken pre-nursing classes. So I have like biology, physiology, microbiology, all this stuff. I can roll my R's. But as far as it comes to like ghosts and supernatural stuff and woo and Reiki and stuff like that, I have a sincere enjoyment for that stuff. I'm also partly really, I wouldn't say cynical, skeptical. So I would say I have a healthy, sincere enjoyment of that stuff, but I don't know. Putter noise just. Jermaine, I'm so happy to see you. The bird is the word. The bird is the word. Pee-wee taught me that. See me twice. There are like a handful of people in particular that I'm so happy to see here. I feel like I went to a bar and a bunch of my favorite people just happened to be there, like Ashley and Jermaine and Matt. I love your tats. Thank you. I love my tats too. I've been wanting for a long time to do a video on my tattoos, and since they're really, Ashley, you must be an old soul. If you don't mind saying, Ashley, how old are you? You don't have to say if you don't want to. That's totally fine. 17. Wow. I don't know what your life situation is, Ashley, but you come across as someone who's older than that. No, it's fine. You are mature. Reiki and yeah, like this too. And I love doing the massage stuff. All right. So, hey, Maroon Rose. So yeah, if anyone's just checking in now, you go pretty fast. That can be a blessing and a curse, can't it? So I think I hear my husband getting home. I'm gonna duck out for just a second. If you could all entertain each other for like probably 30 seconds, I'll be right back. Bye, Matt. It's good seeing you. I'll be right back, guys, okay? Sorry, my husband just got home and I heard him sneaking into the room. He was just collecting. Not creepy at all. Creepy is like my aesthetic. It's what I do. 4:30 a.m. in England. Just slightly disturbing. Slightly disturbing is my aesthetic. No, I heard my husband getting home. He was doing he went to like an early preview of a movie and did a review. We have a friend who has a podcast. It's that Club Soda. It's Topo Chico, which is like mineral water. But yeah, he collected our youngest, so y'all don't have to worry about hearing Richard Attenborough and the nature documentary in the background anymore. Tiki drive through. Hey, Henry. Who's your favorite comedian? Oh gosh, I don't even know. You're doing well. Explaining your okay, yeah. So I was talking about explaining my tattoos. I have a few different friends who are, hi Brazil, I have a few different friends who are photographers, and what I wanted to do is I wanted to have one friend in particular do photographs of my tattoos and incorporate that, because they're on all different parts of my body, and I feel like it would be really tricky to do it in like a fun but tasteful way. I'm in Texas, I'm in Austin, Texas. So my plan is to get my friend to take tattoos of some of my more take photos of some of my more favorite tattoos. But hey Wisconsin, thank you Gosby. Eddie, Pennsylvania. So I've been planning on doing that at some point, but over the past 3 years I've just been like popping out kids, and next video release, I have a couple recorded and I have to edit them. So I'd say within the next week or so. I can't say for sure. Favorite comedian. Did you do a Draw My Life again? Maybe. I had a lot of fun doing that. Who's that behind you? The towel. Hello from Canada. Bugsbuster. You're a goddess. You're a goddess too. No, you are. So for anyone, if ASMR is effective in children at an early age, it is for most people in my experience. In my experience, most people who experience ASMR experience it for the first time when they were kids, you know, listening to a teacher talk softly, or a doctor's examination, or another classmate playing with their hair or something. Yeah, anyone can be honest. Another live video. Okay, again, I think this is the fourth time I tried this, but for anyone just checking in, I'm looking away from the comments for a second. This is a Hangout Q&A just for fun. This is not ASMR. Also, I'm drinking a carbonated mineral water right now, so I might burp it occasionally. Oh, yeah, playing with hair is like a big ASMR like. Do you do ASMR for your kids? I try. Can you do a backflip? Nope. So it's funny because people all the time will be like, oh, it must be so easy for you to get your kids to sleep, and it's not. So far, it's like, you know, you hear about comedians' kids not thinking their parents are funny. My kids do not think I'm that magically relaxing. I am 5'6" or 5'7", depending on how much yoga I've been doing. Hi, Midland, Texas. Hi, I think that's from a cart. What time is it where you live? Let me check my Fitbit. It's 10:33 here in Austin, Texas. Hi from Las Vegas. I've been to Las Vegas twice. Bye, Grin Reaper. Bob Ross is awesome. We're sleepy. Good night, Olives. Thank you, Dale. I appreciate all the kind comments on my videos. Hi from Brazil. Oh, they're going so fast. You said you were washing your son's hair and he was yeah, exactly. So that's the thing. There are certain like ASMR things I'll do with my kids, like my 6-year-old or my 2-year-old, where I'll be like trying to soothe them by running my fingers through their hair, or I'll be trying to like sing softly to them or whisper to them or like play with their ears. And I feel like any one of my 70,000 subscribers would be so happy if I did that for them. But my kids are like, stop it, Mom. Thank you. Thank you, reality is an illusion. So I'm just curious if you have any 80s tattoos. Hi, Andy from Central Florida. Hi, Olivia. I'm not sure what you mean by 80s tattoos. Like, I was born in 82, so all my tattoos are from the 90s or 2000s. Maybe my youngest will. Maybe the older ones will enjoy it when they get older. I don't know. Let's see. Favorite skincare products? Honestly, I've like really gotten into skincare over the past year. Now, someone asked a question and now that's just like breaking the dam because I'm really into skincare products right now. So I'm going to talk about it way longer than any of you want to hear about. So I have I use CeraVe for my face wash. So I generally just wash my face. I have the, I don't know where it is. I just have a general like rose water, witch hazel, Thayer's toner. I use my own blend of facial oil with jojoba oil and rosehip oil. I have a couple different types of serums. This is my favorite serum right here. It's like a Korean skincare, SoulCeuticals vitamin C serum. And then I use this as a moisturizer. And that's just what works for my skin. I know everyone's skin is different. And then I do like a sheet mask probably once a week or so. Rose oil is so good. Hello, Diego. Does yoga increase your height? It actually does, because I tend to slouch. 682, yeah, June 1982. So I tend to slouch. I think just because like I'm a shy introvert, so I tend to like kind of try to disappear within myself. And if I haven't been really active, my spine I think actually compresses. Whereas if I've been exercising a lot and doing a lot of yoga and stretching, I'm probably like 5'6" and a half. So if I'm not really active, I'm more in the 5'6" side. Whereas if I've been stretching a lot and extending my spine, then I get more up to the 5'7". What music are you into? 5'6", 5'7". That's not that tall. That's like on the taller side of medium. Someone asked me a question that I was just going to answer, and then I got distracted. Videos and Spotify or tingles? Probably not tingles. I'm working on Spotify. That are controversial. I think it's enjoyable just in that comforting sense or comforting. So via private message, that are controversial. I think it's enjoyable just in that comforting sense or comforting. Is it true what that guy said? I don't know. I missed it. What did that guy say? Harry Potter Hogwarts house. That you got hairy armpits? Not usually. I mean, I live in Texas, so I gotta keep them shaved just because it's so freaking hot down here. Is this live? This is live. So my husband just messaged me. Mr. Green is watching the. She lifted her arms up at one point. That was summer or winter. It's almost summer here. I am from Texas. It's really hot here. Thank you, Tony. So my husband, Mr. Green, who's watching this stream, just messaged me and pointed out these might be considered 80s tattoos because these were movies that came out in the 80s. Last Unicorn. Secret of Nim. Well, that's creepy M Shadows. Yeah, that's fine. Don't worry about donating. It's really nice just to have you here. Hi to your husband. Everyone say hi, Mr. Green. I would not be making videos if it were not for him. He takes care of the kids when I'm making videos. Yeah, he's a great guy. He doesn't even get ASMR. He's just a really sweet and supportive guy. Yay! Bacon or turkey bacon? I don't know. Turkey bacon doesn't really even make sense to me. Like, I actually don't eat a ton of meat, but when I do, I feel like, why half-ass it, you know? Mm-hmm. Hi, Dylan in Kansas. Can Mr. Green do a backflip? Not that he has told me. Show us your spell book. I don't have a spell book. Ever make a doctor appointment just to get ASMR? Actually, yes. I totally have made an optometrist appointment. And I was like, it was like making a spa appointment. I mean, I did need my eyes examined, but I was like, oh, this is like a special treat for me. He probably doesn't want me to, but everyone say, hi, Michael. Thank you for being very friendly to JBG when she was younger, because it made her life better and it made her the person she is. Am I here? Are you here? It disconnected and then I reconnected. Michael is not the husband, but he's an old friend who has been very kind to me very many, many times. And he's also just an independently awesome person who sometimes I'm like, so you sure you want to be friends with me? Because you're really cool. Favorite place is just kind of like an awkward weirdo. Is that Hufflepuff? Because that would probably be me. I think it's Hufflepuff. Can someone confirm Hufflepuff? Yeah, that would be me. For sure. Have you traveled outside the US? I've been to Canada and Mexico, and 18, I went to Italy for. That's it. I would more travel outside the US, but I probably won't be able to until my kids are older. Ravenclaws. I have been to Disney World. I love Disney World. I went a few times as a kid. My parents brought me. So I am divorced and remarried, and I actually went to Disney World on my first honeymoon, and it was a great time. I love Disney World. I love being a kid and going on rides, and yeah. And I'm really excited to take my kids to Disney World someday when I can afford it. But yeah, Disney World is great. I've never been to Disneyland, which I should try, because favorite ride? So my favorite Disney World ride doesn't even exist anymore. When I was a kid, there was a ride called Alien Encounter. And then it was like a Stitch from Lilo and Stitch ride for a while. And now I think it just doesn't even exist anymore. But I love roller coasters. I've been to SeaWorld. I haven't been to SeaWorld. Living in Austin, this is the first time that a SeaWorld's been semi-near to me. I haven't seen the documentary on SeaWorld, but I'm kind of like, I feel like once I watch the documentary, I'm not going to be able to go to SeaWorld. Dale, you can be my internet friend. I appreciate all your nice comments. Collab with any celebrity, who would it be? The Stitch ride, okay. Yeah, the Stitch ride was fun, except for there's one point where like Stitch burps on you and it smells like a chili cheese dog, and it's actually very upsetting if you're sensitive to smells at all. What's Universal is cheaper? What's the worst job you've ever had? I've had some rough jobs. All right, good night, Ashley. Thank you so much for being here. Art, fair enough. Okay. Parts of the Caribbean is really fun. Can I get a hug? Absolutely looks fun. Hey, Jersey. I love roller coasters, so I don't think this is in Disney World proper. I think this is maybe Universal or something, but Rock and Roller Coaster is really fun. Favorite Disney World resort. So on my honeymoon with my first husband, we stayed at, is it the Animal Kingdom Resort, maybe? My cheekbones adore you too, they say hi. And that was really nice. I think any Disney resort that just has bus access to the theme parks is really fun. That does not sound familiar. Disney Sea over in Japan. Thunder Mountain is fun. Good night, Jordan. Thank you for joining us. It was great doing a live stream. I'm having fun just doing this casual thing. Black was good. Sci-fi. Lady Willow Tree Wisp. Everyone go over and subscribe to her channel right now. She's got like 3 videos, but they're really good. She's got a nice casual feel and a great, beautiful singing voice. What's in the bottle? This is Topo Chico. It's just like sparkling mineral water, but it somehow feels like it's better than other sparkling mineral waters. This is actually live, Sally Cucumber. Lady Willow Tree Wisp, you are a delight. No pressure, but I'm looking forward to more videos from you because you have a really natural presence. I thought it was... Oh, no, it's not a drink. I think I have some liquor around somewhere, but it's too... I might need to feed my baby at some point, so I can't really be doing that right now. Awkwarding through life. It's so good to see you. What's something weird you collect? My friends, I guess. I have some pretty weird friends. Soren. Yeah, Soren is cool. What's your tattoos? I have a lot of tattoos. Yeah, 3 kids. What lipstick do you use? My lips are always on point. Right now I'm wearing this Gem and the Holograms pink lipstick that was on sale that I just kind of bought it for fun. Okay. Yeah, I just kind of bought it for fun, but I actually like it, so. It's fun to have different types of friends. It is truly outrageous. It's a very astute observation, Todd. Non-ASMR channels. I do have a second channel. I I kind of abandoned it for a while. It's more of a fun channel. What I did is I kind of let it go for a while because there were all these new YouTube regulations about which channels could be monetized and which weren't. And I was like, I hadn't produced a new video on my second channel for a while, and I was like, I'm just gonna let it go so that it won't be monetized anymore. So any videos that I do make for it won't be monetized. They'll just be for fun. So it's like a true hobby, and I am hoping to start making videos for that soon, and that's going to be more of like a hobby, fun, just my personality type thing, as opposed to a more focused ASMR channel. All right, paying attention again. Ashley, how old are you? I'm 36. JBG, hooray. Yeah, that's it. More booger puns. We need Raven Rain for the real good puns. Fair enough. 3 kids and no money, or no kids and 3... Absolutely 3 kids, no money. But like my specific 3 kids. I wouldn't like trade my 3 kids for some other 3 kids. That seems like a terrible risk. Everyone keeps asking about the black hole. The film, The Black Hole. And it actually doesn't sound familiar to me, and I love films. Too late, you committed random. Alright, fine. I would say my most recent films that I really loved are Call Me By Your Name, Phantom Thread, and oh gosh, no, I can't think of the name of it. Natalie Portman one. Someone help me out. Natalie Portman, sci-fi. No, it's a more recent one. Annihilation. Yes. Thank you. Annihilation. No, not Phantom Menace. Yeah, so I would say those are the 3 most recent movies that made a really big effect on me. I love doing all this. They're fun, thank you. Chitty chitty bang bang. How about bed naps and broomsticks? I don't have any kids that I know. As a woman, that's like one of my favorite jokes to make. People will be like, so how many kids do you have? And I'll say 3 that I know of. And maybe 1% of people think that's actually funny. That's kind of my thing, making jokes that most people think are just super dumb. So ASMR video ideas. Thank you, Tito. So ASMR video ideas, usually, good night, Olivia. Usually I come about them 2 different ways because I watch ASMR videos. I would say I watch at least part of 2 to 5 ASMR videos every night, and I've done so for the past 2 to 5 years, 2 to 6 years. So sometimes I'll be looking for something really specific and I won't be able to find it. And I'll be like, well, I can't find this thing that I really want, so I guess I'll make it. And then maybe someone else will be inspired by that and make the video that I actually want to see. So that's one way that I come up with video ideas. And then also I do kind of that outside-in approach where I think about triggers I want to use, and then I kind of come up with a scenario around that. That's usually like sci-fi or woo or something where they would make sense. Thank you, Patricia. That's really kind of you to say. I love ASMR. ASMR has helped me out a lot, so I love to pass it forward. Ear scratching video. A lot of people have been asking for ear scratching, but my nails keep breaking. So I haven't been able to make a lot of San Diego has better burritos than Texas. I mean, no, I would rather just go to San Diego and eat burritos. Hey, Geo Scholar. Oh, Matthew, thank you. You made a donation at the exact moment that I started burping, and now I feel really bad about that. Selling audio clips. I've been working with someone on I have a few clips that have been on, I think, like iTunes, and I've been working with like an actual professional on getting some of my clips on different audio platforms, but it's like a slow, complicated process that I don't totally understand. A part would probably get a donation. I can't do those on command, sorry. Stick-on nails. Yeah, I've thought about that, but I have been concerned about how they might damage my natural nails. Your kid's tone. Hard time staying awake. Having a hard time staying awake, I mean, I guess that all depends on the timing. If right now you're in bed and you're having a hard time staying awake, then don't resist it. Go to sleep, get some rest. If you're like driving somewhere, then I don't know, pinch yourself, bite your lip. That's what I used to do when I had to make long distance drives. I would order a giant coffee from Dunkin' Donuts so that I would have to pee for most of the ride, and it was torture, but it kept me alive. Earth-shattering belch, probably not tonight. Driving and watching GPG stream. Sounds like a questionable choice. Put all the windows down, yeah, depending on the temperature. Hi, Lola. Hi, Amanda. You heard that giant coffee did take. Okay, so Todd keeps mentioning this story that I'm just going to retell because it's an old story from like my first few months of making videos. So just to alert you all, I'm looking away from the comments for a second so I can focus on the story. So it's an embarrassing story of mine. It's a throwback. So back when I was getting ready to move to Texas, I had like a couple different jobs. I was saving up. I worked at Starbucks for a few months, and that was when they first introduced the Trenta, which is like their biggest iced drink size. So I was, working the register and taking people's orders. It got really busy in there, so people were placing orders for their drinks. The Trenta, this new huge iced drink, was new. I had a coworker, Ryan, who was like stocking the pastry case next to me. And this guy came up to the register, and I was like, what can I get for you? And he said, I'm thinking about getting a Trenta. What do you think of those? And I was like, well, Trent is good, but I mean, it is pretty massive. You need like 2 hands to hold that thing. And then all of a sudden there was this terrible silence that settled over the whole store. And I looked down and I realized that the guy who ordered the drink actually only had one hand. And I didn't laugh, he didn't laugh, there was no response. It was just an awkward, frozen moment where he ordered his drink and then moved on, and I didn't even have the presence of mind to apologize or acknowledge it or anything, and I just was mortified. And he was uncomfortable, and my coworker was horrified. Yeah. 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 So, I mean, what I've taken from that is that, thank you, Salty Cucumber. So what I've taken from that is that, you know, if I say something stupid or embarrassing, it's best to just immediately acknowledge it and be like, that was a horrible thing to say, or that was a really embarrassing thing to say, and just acknowledge it and get it out there so you can move on with your life, because the silence and the not acknowledging was the worst part of it. Thank you. Cashier, future nurse? Yeah. Oh, actually, I did pre-nursing classes and then I kind of had to put that on hold for a variety of reasons, but it's amazing. I'd love to get back to it at some point. Wicked funny. Thank you, Todd, for reminding me of all of my pain. No, it's actually a real delight to have people who've been around since my channel started. Since 5th grade. That's awesome. Yeah, I didn't really get interested until I was older. And it was interesting because I wasn't sure if I'd be good at it, and then I actually took the like microbiology, physiology, anatomy classes, and I loved them. And if I got back to it, I might actually be more interested in doing something science oriented from more of like a, I don't know, practical and lab perspective, because I actually really loved the microbiology and the chemistry and all of that more than the person-to-person aspect of it. I hope that doesn't sound horrible, but hello from Thailand. Someone was just asking about Raven Rain. So Raven Rain is a folk hero cheerleader of ASMR who comments a lot of ASMR videos and just leaves really encouraging comments, usually with puns. Hey, how's it going? Mystery Science Theater. I'm familiar with it, but I haven't watched it a ton. I think and such, yeah. Oh, they're starting to go fast. Raven Rain is awesome. Do you watch Relax for a While? Yes, Joanne. I love her. So as a general preference, I'm subscribed to well over 100 ASMR content creators, but my favorites actually tend to be women who are kind of my age or a little bit older than me, just because my favorite sort of ASMR aesthetic is sort of mothering or comforting. And oftentimes women who are older and who have children are really good at that. New word from Heather. Heather Feather? Is that what you mean, Dylan? I mean, thank you, Doug! Okay, yeah, so Heather Feather, I don't talk to her that often. I contact her every once in a while. I think she's just working through her own stuff. Her channel got real big, real fast, and then she had a lot of personal stuff going on. I don't know. I still watch all of her existing videos. She's been a huge influence on me, so I think that she'll always be someone who's really important to me and really cherished to me, and she's always been really kind to me since before I even started making videos, and I was just a viewer. So she's always been really kind and supportive, and yeah, no, I don't know that much about what's going on with her personal life or her channel, but I hope she's doing well, and I think that if and when she does come back, she'll do it in her own time, and I hope it makes her happy because she's amazing. She's brought a lot of people a lot of comfort. She's the perfect ASMR. Yeah, she was like an early favorite of mine. Heather, Ilsa, Lillian, Whispers Red. Hi, Franz. Hi, Dale. If I have any mods on here, can you block the guy who's trash talking Karina Satori? Because that's just, we don't need that. Yeah, Lauren Fenton is amazing. She makes really great videos. She mostly does guided meditations now, but I've interacted with her quite a bit, just like artist to artist. She's a really, really awesome and supportive person. Yeah, how are we doing on time? We've been doing this almost an hour. I think I'm gonna let this run for a few more minutes, and then I'm gonna sign off so I can try to get some sleep tonight. She does have good tongue clicking. PJ Dreams, I know that sounds familiar. You know, when I first started watching ASMR videos, I felt like I knew, hi Pensacola Beach. I felt like I knew every ASMR artist. And now there are literally thousands of them. Alright. Good night, and that's all. I'm gonna see if I can read Orville. Heidi's are on this channel. Okay. Here we go. Okay. I just had to get in there to try and block someone. Where are we at now? Good night, Pennsylvania. Thank you, Ceramic Heart. Smartac, yes, I'm familiar with her, but a little bit. Hi, Minnesota. Let's see. Has anyone been repeatedly asking questions that I haven't gotten to yet? Because like I said, I only can see 3 at a time. They go by really fast. Yeah. Thank you, buddy. How are your babies? This probably isn't the right forum for that. I know, right? So I don't want to talk too much about him, but Michael is a wonderful person who is professionally making this world a better place, and is also privately making this world a better place, raising really awesome kids. English class. Fair enough. Yeah, I don't know. Geoscholar, have you thought of acting? I actually have a bachelor's degree in acting, but I kind of put a lot of professional stuff, cute and bad. I put a lot of my professional aspirations to the side when I started having kids. Because you know you can do both, but I'm really just trying to, I get overwhelmed. I'm trying to focus on my kids right now. When they're a little older, I'm going to get back to the other stuff. What do you think of erotic ASMR? I mean, it's erotic. I guess that's what I think of erotic ASMR. Good night, Jason. So yeah, I don't know. I very much support erotic ASMR artists. I think there's, you know, a lot of value in that for a lot of people. It's not my thing personally, but in particular, if any of you happen to really enjoy erotic ASMR, I really recommend Grace's Grove. I listen to her more platonic videos, but she just has such a great sensibility for role plays, and she has a really great mission statement kind of for her erotic ASMR videos. And yeah, I think if any of you aren't familiar with her, you should check her out. Thank you, Dale. Hi, Australia. Thank you, Selena. Oh, Commune series. Yeah, people were asking about that last night too. Yeah, it's hot. I don't know. Like, I do understand why some people are upset by it, but I think there's plenty of room for all of us. And, so commune series, hi Samurai Mind. I am planning on continuing with the commune series. I understand why people get kind of frustrated and keep asking. I don't know when I'm going to move forward with it. I enjoy it. I'm a little bit at a place with it right now where I'm stuck. Um, because I want to move forward the narrative, but I also kind of want to just do it indefinitely. Like, I don't necessarily want to bring it to a peak just yet. But I am thinking about working on a couple other series. I'm working on a couple other collaborations. I've been in talks to do, hi Elizabeth. I have been in talks with Classy Dog, who did my special effects for The Visitor, about doing a series with him. Todd, I was actually just thinking about that last night. I don't know if any of you are familiar with ASMR Muzz, but he posted like a vlog the other day about, struggling with giving a shit about things too much. And it occurred to me, I was like, maybe I should redo. I'm gonna swear, y'all. I hope you're comfortable with this. But when I first started out my channel very early on, I did a fuck removal role play for people who like give too many fucks, where it was like a medical role play and I like removed all of them. And just the other night, I was like, maybe I'll redo that. The one thing that kind of holds me back is that I need to look at my analytics because I know that there are some young people on my channel. Thank you, Barry. It's very kind of you. Um, so yeah, in general, as an artist, I have like a really edgy out there sense of humor, way beyond the extent that I even show on my channel. So it's kind of tough because I want to do this balance of being true to myself, my own sensibilities, my own sense of humor, but without alienating or upsetting people who depend on me to comfort them. Like, I feel like ASMR channels are a little bit more accountable in that sense than most other YouTube channels are, because there are people who depend on us for comfort and anxiety relief. So I feel like it's a little more delicate than just being like, fuck them if they can't handle it, you know? Thank you, Patricia. Tattoo parlor. Maybe, yeah. No, I'll be nice to Dale. Dale has been a positive commenter with me for a long time. Goodnight Moon's Babel Brooks. Goodnight Moon is amazing. Yeah, and I've seen her regular like makeup channel too. Humor is good. It is. Yeah, ASMR Moon is amazing for her makeup and attention to detail. She really creates an immersive environment. Yeah, I don't know. I think Dale's a good guy who just leaves a lot of repetitive comments. Do you do anything besides ASMR videos? I mean, I raise 3 children. I try to keep my house not a total disaster. I'm going to see movies a lot. My life, mostly right now. Hi, Brazilians. Why did you want to do ASMR? Dale, I wanted to do ASMR because I'd been watching ASMR videos for a couple of years and I loved them, and I have a performance background. And I was going through a divorce and was becoming a newly single mom, and I was just kind of looking to reconnect to myself and do stuff that felt fun and exciting and true to me. So that's when I started it out, and then eventually it became like a part-time job. Do you listen to your own ASMR videos when you need to relax? No, like a lot of artists say, it's like trying to tickle yourself. It usually doesn't really work on yourself, but I watch other people's ASMR videos literally every night. I screw to your videos. This maybe isn't the place to say that, but I'm happy to know that. I hope you enjoy that. Is there a written version of Secret of NIMH? I think there is. I think it's called like Mrs. Frisbee and the Secret of NIMH. But I'm not sure. I know there's a written version of Last Unicorn, and that's really, really good. You guys are in Gentle Whisperings channel. Yeah, a lot of people did. Oh, Whisper Crystal. Whisper Crystal is such a good example. Will we ever see the return of the side cut? Probably not. I liked it, but it's just a haircut that I only like from certain angles. And I think that a haircut that only looks good from like a couple of angles is just not a practical haircut to have. And it took forever to grow out. Also with the side cut that I had, for those of you who don't know, when I first started my channel, like this whole portion of my head was shaved. My whole life since I was like 13 or 14, I've been constantly changing my hair color, my hair style. Yeah, Turkish bath is actually my favorite of hers too. So for much of my life, I've done all kinds of different crazy things with my hair, and I really would like to at least once in my life donate hair. So, okay, I have like the perfect messy bun right now. So I've been growing my hair out. This is the part that used to be shaved when I first started my channel. My hair is really unbrushed right now. But I'm trying to grow my hair out nice and long so that I can donate a big hunk of it. And then maybe I'll start doing fun stuff with it again. When will ASMR start? Oh, Kozma. I don't know if I could list my favorite ASMR artists. I listen to so many of them. You know, I don't think anyone takes their flirtatiousness too far. My general statement is I think that all ASMR artists find the audience that wants their content. If people are doing content that's super flirtatious or super sexy or super weird or super serious, they ultimately will find the subscribers who want that, you know? I don't think there's anything wrong with that, you know? And if there's a bigger audience of people who want their flirtatious stuff than people who want, you know, whatever it is I do, then that's fine. I'm thinking of starting an ASMR channel. Any advice? So I'm looking away from the comments for a second. My biggest advice to anyone starting an ASMR channel is, as much as possible, create the content that you want to see, because that's what keeps it from getting, unpleasant. Because there can be a business side of it where it feels like work and it feels like overwhelming, and you're wondering why you don't get as many subscribers as someone else, or you're wondering why you're getting negative feedback or this or that. There can all be so many things to stress out over. But if you're, for the most part, making content that you love, then that makes it sustainable. Like for me, I have like sub goals, but my ultimate goal for my channel has always been to just do what makes it sustainable over a long period of time. Sassy bun. Like bunny. Matt's back. Hi, Matt. Hi, Chevrolet Diesel Nation. Do you do any gaming at all? I don't do like any tabletop gaming or D&D or anything like that. I used to play video games a lot. I actually got to the point where I had to delete solitaire off my computer because I was spending too much time on it. But I was a big like Oblivion, Elder Scrolls fan, and I not really anymore. I just don't have the time to commit to it. What's your favorite type of video to make? Just the weird stuff. I like stuff that's kind of fun and quirky. I like stuff that for me has kind of that perfect balance between being sort of traditional ASMR but also being true to my unique aesthetic. I think my recent couple months ago I did that Fixing You sci-fi video that I'm trying to think of a few other videos, like my Madame Meridian video. There are just certain videos like that where I feel like in some ways it's traditional ASMR and in certain ways it's really true to my own personal sense of humor, and those are the most rewarding for me. Thank you, Michael. Coordinate doing a collab with Whispers Latina. So Collabs are actually pretty easy. You know, you just email back and forth, and most collabs, especially now that people are getting more and more comfortable with green screen, you just record your part and stitch them together. Experimental anesthesia, yeah, I'd come with that one too. What does it take to edit an ASMR video? That varies quite a lot. Oh, Gerardo Gueyo's here? I didn't see him, but someone said he's here. Yeah, like Matt said, some you can sit down and do in like an hour or two, and then some take a good solid week of work, depending on how many edits or how much sound layering you have to do. Is Tarar here? There he is! Hey buddy, it's good to see you. I feel like that's a trick. I love your videos. Thank you. My videos love you. UFOs. All right. So, your brain's shaking up with tentacles in there. You can get a shout out to Mari. I think it was Damari. It went by really fast. Damari Johnson. Hey. Tarar. Let's see. How's the baby? Baby is great. Now that someone's asked how the baby is, this is actually a really good time. So it's late. It's been a long day for me. I've been working. Not to judge anyone else who does this, but I usually don't. I did this in like one or two earlier videos, but I usually don't drink or anything in my videos just because I personally know a lot of people who've had substance abuse problems, so I don't want to like do that as a trigger. But we're hanging out. It's been over an hour. I actually have some vodka around here somewhere, and I feel like I'm at a party right now. So I'm gonna do a shot. If any of you are uncomfortable with that, or if that's like a substance abuse trigger for you, totally cool if you log out for a minute and come back in a minute. Vodka is the best vodka. I know, it seems like so sketchy that way, but it's gonna get all lit up. It's your choice. Yeah, no, bathroom vodka, because I just try and hide my stuff from my kids. I like vodka. Okay, so this is very special vodka. This is Deep Eddy Ruby Red Vodka. So this is made right here in Texas. Thank you, Geographic Scholar, who's been around since very early on. Prison bathroom vodka. That's actually a really good idea. I should do like a, what did they call it in like the 20s when they made it just bathtub gin? I feel like there's another word for it. I know, Deep Eddy. Hooch. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, I think hooch is what I was thinking of. Present video. Toilet wine. Yeah, so this is Ruby Red Vodka. I have a shot glass around here. I have like everything. You know how some people have everything in their purse? I have everything in my bathroom because this is where I hide for quiet time with 3 kids. So I'm in my bathroom because I have 3 children and I'm hiding, and this is the only place I can get private time. Sort of fast. Okay, so hold on. I'm gonna pour this. I'm looking away from the comments, and all right. I'm gonna be so sleepy tomorrow. That's okay. All right, y'all ready? So yeah, I don't know if you can see this, but this is like delicious, barely vodka flavored grapefruit. I love grapefruit flavor, by the way. I can pull it out. All right. Salud. L'chaim. Huh. How old are your other 2 kids? I love Fresca, actually. I haven't had Fresca in a long time, but I really like it. Yeah, You know, I was kind of a partier. I was actually super, super a partier when I was younger. It is 11:20 where I am. Look, I'm not even sure how to pronounce it. Is it LaCroix or LaCroix? So I like sparkly water. I mostly just drink still water. I have like a water bottle and I chug it all day. But like if I'm feeling fancy or like treating myself, I have Topo Chico, which is a big thing here in Austin. A lot of times I'll just get like store brand sparkling water from Aldi. All right, Todd, it was so good to see you. Still my birthday. Nikki. All right, well, Nikki just asked me to have one for her, so I'll have one more and then I'll put this away for the night. Tarar, why don't you come down to Austin for a couple days sometime and we can collab and hang out. I like challenging you live. That's a really weird thing to do. I know you have like kids and a family job and stuff, but Matt, I know you've gone to Japan. Matt, I don't know where you're located out of. I'm not going to ask you because I don't know if you're open about that, but everyone, come visit me. Austin's a really fun city to visit, even if you don't visit me. Bye, Todd. Western US. Okay. Who mentioned that your father should be here? Do you want? Yeah, Austin is really fun. Email me if you ever visit, whether you want it to be like a private visit or not. Very own East Sider has a grapefruit cider. I feel like I would have heard of that because I love grapefruit flavored stuff. I know you did, Michael. No, I bring family with me. I would love to meet your family. Your wife sounds really cool. Bring them down here. I've never been to England, and I actually feel kind of, I hope this doesn't sound stupid, but I actually feel kind of embarrassed because when people are like, if you could visit any country in the whole world, which country would you visit? And honestly, it's England. And I feel lame saying that because I feel like that's the least adventurous out of the country choice I could make. But I would just really, really, really love to visit England. Hi, Venezuela. Lame. Awkwarding through life. Awkwarding through life. Correct me if I'm wrong, but your username used to be something else. It was like awkward fan trash or something. I feel like that's gonna sound really offensive if I'm wrong. As a content creator, it's like really disorienting when someone changes their handle but not their picture, or their picture but not their handle. Because if you don't actually interact with you face to face. Okay, thank you. Yeah, you've been around for a long time. You kept your picture, but you changed your handle. So I was like, I think this is the same person who's been around for a long time. How do you remember? Because you've left really sweet comments for a long time. Do you know any Spanish? Sí. Conozco español. It's been a while. You look like my poop. Your poop sounds wicked hot, Kobe. I'm the same person. I just got yeah, Geographic Scholar. You've been around since early on. Do an English accent. I have not had enough shots to do that. No, I don't know Spanish. So I've actually, ¿cómo estás? Muy bien, gracias. Muy bien. So I do believe that I've helped others go to sleep because I know ASMR helps me go to sleep every night. La capital de Texas es la ciudad de Austin. Oh, Spots, that's cute. Why are you filming in your bathroom? I have 3 children. I'm hiding in here. That's why I'm in here. Oh, someone asked me a question and I lost track. ASMR is like magic. It is. You're a super cute line. Don't come to South Dakota. I haven't seen much of like the middle of the country, and I would really like to. I've kind of done parts of the West Coast. I've done, I think, all of the East Coast because I grew up in the Northeast. Disclaimer about the bathroom. I know you just need to like put a sign here. Help me fall asleep. Cornfield. Kind of hurts. Don't worry, your feet's flat. Christopher, where are you in Mass? If you don't mind me saying, I grew up in Massachusetts. I lived in a few different places in Massachusetts, but Weird Al. My husband just went to see Weird Al in San Antonio the other night. I noticed you serial cats. Sorry, serial cats. I've just already answered that question a couple times. Austin in January. Honestly, email me or private message me. Northampton, I love Northampton. Yeah, Weird Al seems really cool. Obviously, I don't know him personally, but he seems like a really, like, at this point in my life, I really appreciate people who are both really funny and weird, but also kind of wholesome in a way, if that makes sense. You're doing shots and acting a little embarrassed. I mean, any moment I'm awake, I'm acting a little embarrassed, so. But yeah. So someone mentioned Northampton. I love Northampton. I grew up in different parts of Eastern Mass. I grew up kind of centrally, and then having some fun raising kids as work is. I think your kids are, or kid? Do you just have one kid or do you have two? Michael. K create. Shout out. 2, and they're a little bit older, right? Like, okay, no, Michael Cantor, I know you have 2. One is like, what, 3, and one is 6 or 7 months old? Too many Michaels, I know. Never too many. Okay, I have 2, 26, 25, and 15. Okay, yeah. Sorry, Tierra de Guayo. I knew he had kids too. His name's Michael. My Mr. Green has been watching to moderate, and he's going to sleep now. And he just texted me to tell me that I'm adorable. So hands up if you agree. I'm just adorable, even though I'm sweaty and in my bathroom right now. Mr. Green. It's like, I love you, don't stay up too late. I'm living my best life. Hi, Denmark. Whisper Science. I didn't know you were in Denmark. I don't know, I just assumed you were British. Is that weird? There's something about your icon that says British. Yeah. A woodchuck is much as a woodchuck could if a woodchuck could chuck wood. I love your tattoo. Which one? I'm missing out on so many amazing people. Brazil. I live in a boring town. Boring town where? Do you mind? Hi, Brazil. Do you mind saying what state? Or I've never been to New Orleans. I would love to, but at this point in my life, Roseville. I have a couple friends from Rosemead. Is that related or nearby at all? I will do that, honey. My husband's texted me asking me to do a couple things before I go to bed. I will do that. I see your message and I acknowledge you. Where am I? This is so fun for me. Rosemead. Okay. No, so as far as California goes, I have on a couple different occasions flown into San Francisco, driven down 1 to LA. Matty Tingles is here? Where? Lies. I didn't see him. Is he really here? It's gonna be really sad if I got excited and he's not actually here. I've only been to LA. Yeah, no, that whole, well, I know 1 was shut down for a while because he's here. Well, I see that rumor, but I don't see him. I see, does everyone see him except for me? Austin is awesome. Yeah, if anyone wants to visit Austin and wants recommendations, Mandy, hi. You're such a delight on Twitter and obviously on YouTube, but I'm happy to see you here. Okay, so seen a few people mention Massachusetts. So Southern girl, I did not grow up in down south. I grew up in Massachusetts. I grew up in kind of a central part of Massachusetts, very small town, like 5,000 people. My class had, we were the largest class to go through my school system. We had like 92 kids in our school. And I don't want to get into too many details just because I don't want people, like, I don't rabidly protect my identity, but I also don't want people to easily look me up and then send me emails and stuff. It's privately to my professional email, that's fine. So I grew up kind of centrally, and then I lived in Salem, Massachusetts for like 9 years. My parents live on the South Shore, so I'm very familiar with that whole eastern part of Massachusetts. Can I be a private visitor? I don't know what that means, Dale. So I'm going to say no for now, but howdy. If you know people from Enfield. Yeah, no, I dated a guy for like a little over a year who lived in Enfield. Is that like private answer? Yeah, so the whole thing with like my identity and privacy is I very much acknowledge, it's a really tough thing for YouTubers these days. Like on the one hand, I have children. I have neighbors from Salem, Mass. That's cool. So on one hand, I have children, and to some degree, I'm an introvert, and I want to be left alone. I don't want anyone like looking me up or creeping on me or anything. But at the same time, I went to school for theater. I have a lot of friends who are professional actors who are on like, major shows and stuff like that. And it's weird. I'm looking away from the comments for a second because I'm gonna like wax philosophical for a moment. And it's weird because there's a lot of fuss about ASMR content creators protecting their privacy, and they're sort of equated to cam girls in that sense, where we're kind of expected to maintain our privacy as much as possible. For a long time, a lot of ASMR content creators only did it from like the top lip up, didn't share their real name. And there's kind of this expectation that we should protect our privacy as much as possible, or people will like glom onto us and stalk us, and then it's our fault if we like let too much information out. And then on the other hand, like I have so many friends who are professional actors, and they would never think for a second to use anything other than their legal actual name. They don't worry about that stuff, even though, they do commercials and like guest spots on popular TV shows and stuff like that. So even though we're kind of on a similar level as far as like fame or popularity goes, like they would never in a million years dream about having to hide who they really are. But we're expected to, or if people creep on us, we're like blamed for it. It's really weird. It's a weird situation. ASMR Nova Star. I love ASMR Nova Star. I actually still support her on Patreon. I don't know what she's up to, but she's helped me out so much that. Hi, Michael Griffin's girlfriend. Western Mass, Connecticut. Gloucester. Gloucester. I love Gloucester. Steamed hams. See what you did, Matt. So GeoScholar is obviously a geographical scholar. Whoa, Nick C! I just saw Nick C. I'm really happy to see you, buddy. I know you've been going through some tough stuff lately. I hope it's not terrible that I just said that in front of over 100 people. But you're awesome and you're sweet and supportive, and I'm really happy to see you here. Hi, Central Pennsylvania. I've done Amish country. What's the name of the place I went to? Ephrata Cloister, so freaking cool. ASMR Novastar, yeah, she's amazing. She's not making much content right now. I don't know what's going on with her, but the content she has made such a huge difference in my life that I will be a Patreon supporter of her until Lancaster, yeah. Ooh. Hi, St. Louis. I just watched Meet Me in St. Louis for the first time the other day. I know that's probably like a old thing. What does that even mean? Texas Roadhouse. I have. Lancaster is amazing. Regional dialect. I have actually not lost my virginity. All 3 of my children are immaculate conceptions. It's really weird, but you know, exciting and fun. So, New Orleans. So a couple of people have mentioned New Orleans. I would love to go to New Orleans at some point. I apologize if I'm wrong and I'm like just spreading a really tacky misconception, but I feel like one doesn't visit New Orleans unless they're gonna drink a whole bunch. And despite the fact that I'm probably about to do another shot in a minute, I just don't drink a ton. I don't party a ton right now in my life. Like I just don't have the time to recover from it. Between work and my kids and everything. So I would love to go to New Orleans at some point, but I would like to go there when I can really party, if that makes sense. Because everything is so subtle with little room for error. Yeah, Matt, I also feel like ASMR is, I feel like it's one of the most subjective art forms, you know, because there are people who experience ASMR and love the videos, but they have different triggers. Some people who experience ASMR also have misophonia. There's so much going on there, and it's different, I think, than other YouTube genres in that people are really sensitive. Like, they don't just watch them to be entertained, they watch them to be comforted and to feel safe and not feel judged. So I feel like there are certain YouTube channels where people will make jokes or take risks and stuff, and everyone will be like, calm down if you can't handle a joke. But for me, with what I do, I feel like I want to take ASMR a little more seriously and be a little more sensitive and a little bit more careful, because I feel like people come to my videos to be comforted and in a safe place and not be judged. And does that make sense? Like, I'm not going to name any names, but in the 6+ years that I've been watching ASMR videos, there have been just a couple times where I've watched vlog type videos from ASMR content creators that I loved, and one made a really neat comment about women who wear a lot of makeup, and another made like a really judgmental comment about people who have tattoos. And if it had been any other popular person who I admired, it really wouldn't have fazed me. But because they were favorite ASMR content creators of mine, it totally crushed me. I was like, oh, these are people I go to feel not judged, and I feel like they just judged me. So there have been times when I've, gotten edgy in my videos, and people have gotten defensive, and then there will be people who be like, take a joke. But I really do appreciate the fact that it's a little more sensitive. Oh yeah. Glue yourself online. Drink. All right, Eric. Definitely gonna have to drink this oatmeal. Hey, Michael. Taken more seriously. So I actually did a couple different interviews recently related to ASMR. One on a podcast and one on the ABC News affiliate in Norfolk, Virginia. And I don't know how old y'all are. Yeah, drink water. but I'm just old enough, I was born in 82. I'm just old enough that I remember meditation and yoga being super new agey, weird things. Acupuncture too. And now, some people still feel that way, but for the most part, like it's not that uncommon for people to go on a corporate retreat where there's yoga and meditation. They're a lot more accepted now. And my feeling is that ASMR is going to kind of go in the same direction. So that's where our audiences are. Yeah, no, our audiences are really sensitive, and I think that's kind of part of the territory. Goodnight Moon is amazing. Venetian Sailor is really cool. He does some. It's interesting because he does some really specific art without, like, I don't necessarily feel like I have a really specific sense of who he is, but obviously his technical ability is incredible. I feel like I'm being judged constantly. I'm new here. I'm basically like a psychologist. Very mothering. Yeah, no, I feel like I'm very much someone who I've dealt with mental health issues since I was about 12. Like, that was the first time I would love to visit Australia. So I felt like around 12 was the first time that I really became aware of the fact that I had mental health issues. I am not gay, I'm bisexual. That's like, that's kind of a weird question to ask right now. I don't have any dank memes right now. And I'm not a squirter. If I have any mods, can you block these people? I mean, these aren't terrible questions. They're just not appropriate for this particular conversation. There we go. Thank you, Jackknife. Yeah. Yes, I'm like bi, but I present as straight. So, um, I notice you, Nova Displaced. Mental health isn't a joke. Yeah. So someone just mentioned that mental health isn't a joke. On my private social media, like especially my Facebook, I joke a ton about mental health because I feel like joking about it is the only way I can make it manageable. You're not invisible to Mala. I haven't mentioned this for a while, but just so you know, I'm streaming on my phone. I can literally only see 3 comments at a time. Hi, Daniel. I recognize you. I can literally only see 3 comments at a time, and they fly by really quick. So I'm not ignoring anyone. They're just flying by. Energy vampires a second. Yeah, left so you don't cry. Well, it's not even that. Like flying comment. So I was thinking about this recently. Like, I make really dramatic, dark, dramatic jokes about my mental health on my private social media a lot. And I feel like I do that because on the one hand, I think it's important to make those things relatable. I notice you, Nick. I feel like it's important to make mental health struggles relatable. So I feel like I have some sort of responsibility to be open about it to the extent that I want to normalize it. On the other hand, I felt like if I just totally talked about my mental health issues, frankly and honestly, it would freak people out because, and I've mentioned this before, this isn't news, I struggle with depression, anxiety, OCD, PTSD. I've had eating disorder issues, like the whole roll. Yeah, and jumping up for a second, I'm seeing people mention Ardra. Artist-wise, she's in a class of her own. Absolutely. He is in the room. Yeah, Ardra's another person who I've supported on Patreon for a long time. So yeah, no, I like, and I also have a really just dark sense of humor. So I'm just talking about me here. But yeah, no, I like to talk about my mental health a lot. And personally, it's one thing because feel like I can be one way with my friends and family on my personal ASMR, my personal social media. I don't play Fortnite. I just haven't been much of a gamer in the past couple years. I was in the hospital for a little bit for mental health screening. Being genuine. Yeah. No, I absolutely went through a period where I was on the cusp of being checked into like a day program, but I was breastfeeding my second child at the time, so that's the one thing that kept me up. Oh, Nicholas. Are you ready for your close-up? Anxiety and stress, yeah. So it's weird because I kind of feel like, to a certain degree, a lot of you guys get the best of me. I've seen some meme going around online, and it seems kind of corny and trite, but it's really true. It said, don't compare your behind the scenes to other people's highlight reels. I think Nicholas is really great. And that's just kind of like, I think most of you know what that means. But yeah, it's just most of what you see on social media is what people choose to show. It's their best of. And we tend to compare other people's best of to like our really terrible private moments. And it's unhealthy. We're in a really weird time right now, technology-wise. So yeah, I struggle a lot because I feel a little more like reckless or open with my personal social media, but then when it comes to my like professional ASMR social media, I'm a little more reserved because I get people leaving me these comments saying like I inspire them. I've gotten a lot of comments from people who are like, I have debilitating anxiety and depression, and you show me like what people can do. And that makes me feel really mixed because it makes me feel good that I can inspire people, but at the same time it gives me like really bad imposter syndrome because I'm like, actually I'm a mess. So I mean, I'm generally most of the time functional, but as far as what I upload, y'all see the, you know, what I want you to see. I am a, oh, this is smaller. Thank you. Lovely. I love that I'm a mess too. Like I've gotten comfortable with it at this point in my life. Tell us the time when you were able to. Nico, your comment went by too fast. I need it again. People keep asking music. Honestly, I have 3 kids, so I don't listen to grown-up music that much anymore. 90% of the music I listen to is Yo Gabba Gabba. Why do you have so many tattoos? Because I love tattoos. I would have more tattoos if I had more money. Raffy, I love Raffy too. You know those hats? Oh, it's sad. How old are your kids? My kids are 5 months, 2 years. Baby Shark. I wish you didn't even mention that. Baby Shark, do 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 do. Baby Shark, do 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 do. Baby Shark, do 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 do. Baby Shark. Okay, so in addition to being a mess, I'm also super immature. Hi, Joshua. So you know how a lot of kids will make really immature jokes and their parents will be like, stop making those immature jokes. I'm the one usually making the immature jokes. My kids are like, grow up. So this is mostly for Nick. I don't know if any of the rest of you know Baby Shark, but but I like making up alternate lyrics to Baby Shark. And my favorite one is actually Baby Farts. Yeah, so I love singing to my kids. I'll be like, baby farts, do 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 do, baby farts. And my kids will be like, can you please just make me breakfast? Aw, I'm so happy you're here. Baby farts. Oh, they're funny. Kids know you're in there. Classic mom jokes. Oh, you have no idea. So you all want to hear my favorite? So my favorite jokes are stupid jokes. Y'all want to hear my favorite joke ever? you're gonna hear it one way or the other. So, or the other. Okay. So my favorite joke ever is, what do you call a wizard from Germany? Berlin. I don't care if you like it. That makes me really happy. Okay, second favorite. For those of you who don't get it for any reason, that's fine. So Merlin is obviously a famous wizard. Berlin is a city in Germany. Yes, please steal that joke. Thank you for getting it. My other favorite joke is, where did the general keep his armies? Where did the general keep his armies? He kept them in his sleeveys. Thank you. Okay, yeah, a bunch of you knew that one. Someone just said, please don't get drunk. So FYI, I work, I have 3 children, I have a house to take care of. Pretty much when I'm awake and conscious, I'm essentially drunk because my mind is so impaired. That's just what happens when you're a mom. Are you wine drunk? I had 2 shots of flavored vodka. I'm probably gonna have like 1 more and then I'll put the bottle away. No, ASMR has changed my life a lot too. Where do you work? No, this is my job. At one point I got to, after I had my second child, I realized that I couldn't both do my current job at the time, which was like a technical type job. I realized I couldn't do that and keep up my ASMR channel, and I was like making just enough income that they were almost comparable. So, oh, that going so fast. Oh, I don't know. You're not gonna hear me do an English accent because I would just be really embarrassed. Thank you. Thank you. No, so I am, people talk about luck and hard work, and the fact is, and I think any other ASMR artist or any other YouTuber would agree with me, that it's a pretty even split between luck and hard work. Like I work really, really hard on my channel and my videos, and I've worked really, really hard on them in the past 3.5 years. But there are other people who've worked just as hard or even harder who have not as many viewers as I do. So on the one hand, I'm incredibly proud of all the work I've put in. On the other hand, I feel very blessed and lucky because it's both, honestly. It just got really quiet. Thank you. Very true. Yeah. Thank you. And like I said earlier, someone was asking about erotic ASMR videos earlier. Okay, awkwarding. It was good to see you. Not drunk enough to sing a song or 2. I'm going to be publishing a video that has singing on it soon. People say that sometimes you should have way more subs, and it's like a really tough trade-off. I think Matt might agree because I feel like he's in kind of a similar boat to me. He has more subscribers than me, but not by like a ton. And then Tarar has more than me, but not by like a crazy amount, but like, I think he has over 100,000. But people say you should have more subs, and like in a lot of ways it's exciting to have more subscribers because that means I'm helping more people. Like on a practical level, financially, it's really helpful. But at the same time, the smaller your group of subscribers is, the more specifically you can interact with them. And it makes it more rewarding and more personal. So getting more subscribers really is a trade-off. It's helpful in a lot of ways, but it also distances you from the subscribers. So I'm really doing my best to enjoy it as much as possible every day. Yeah, like a few of the ASMR content creators who I love the most have like shockingly few subscribers. Thank you, Dale. Phoenicia's. Being big enough to do this in career. Yeah, it's both. But I think, Matt, I think you and I are in a pretty similar place where sometimes I see people who are like newer than us and getting bigger really faster. And there's part of me that's like, why am I not riding that wave? That would be cool. But at the same time, I'll look at their comment section and, you know, it's a free for all. And I love that I still have the personal relationship that I have with my viewers. Oh, these comments are flying through so fast. All right, Tamala, thank you so much for hanging out. Sweet dreams. I just used to foster doing erotic stuff, and it was just so disappointed. What is your fan base called? I haven't done that. I don't have a thing against it. I just don't identify with it, or I haven't found a good name for it. Like a lot of content creators who I love have fan bases with specific names, and that's fine. I want to be really clear that I don't want this to come across as like judgmental of anyone who does have names for their viewers, but I feel like with ASMR in particular, it's a slightly more vulnerable audience than the general YouTube audience, in that it's people who are looking for connection and comfort. And I do feel like all of you to some degree are an extended family. I do feel like all of you to some degree participate in my channel and make it what it is. And when I feel like if I created a like team name for you, like my green beans or something like that, for me and for me only, that I just feel like isn't, I don't even know the right word for it. It's like, it feels insincere in a way. I feel like your viewers, and I love it, and I feel connected to all of you, but I don't want to create an insincere or unreal sense of family that's not true to what we are, that like would take advantage of anyone's need to feel connected to a greater group. Does that make sense? Y'all. Yeah, y'all works. Y'all, yeah. I don't watch GB a ton. I watch her a little bit. I follow her on Twitter. She's amazing. I think she's incredibly talented. ASMR is kind of this weird thing. I'm gonna have one more shot and then I'm gonna put this away. Y'all can hold me accountable. So ASMR is this really interesting thing where it's 11:59 where I am. My glass slipper is about to turn. So ASMR is this really interesting thing where, as an artist, ASMR is so subjective. So there will be artists who I follow and they don't trigger my ASMR, but I love them as people, or I am in awe of their creative or technical ability, but they just don't trigger me for some reason. So it's really interesting because there are a lot of people who I follow and I admire and I love, even though they don't trigger me personally. And then there are people who trigger me a ton, but who don't necessarily have this incredible technical skill or anything. So I follow a lot of people. Fast. Super cool. Yeah, like and then I go in and out of people. Like there are people who I'm really into and then I don't for a while and then I get back into them. The West Indies, Joshua. I mean, I have a channel related public Instagram, Twitter. JB Green. I probably should have thought more carefully when I made those handles, but I have Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and I think they're all JB Green. Let's see. We've been doing this for almost 2 hours, y'all. So I can't imagine that anyone who's watching this on replay will still be watching this. So I'm just going to say this for just you all. I'm going to be looking away from the comments for a second because it's hard for me to focus when I'm watching the comments scroll by. But the last few months have been really hard for me because I had a baby and just I've been really overwhelmed. And as it is, to be someone with like all kinds of mental health issues, medications and stuff, to have a third child and be overwhelmed and try to do a YouTube channel, it's a lot. So lately I've been trying to, like my therapist and I do online therapy. My therapist and I have been trying to kind of reconnect with what brings me joy. And obviously it's incredibly rewarding to be able to make my channel my part-time job and to earn money from what I love. But scaling that back, my joy is interacting with viewers who get me and who get what I'm doing. ASMR is getting more popular, but it's still kind of a weird fringe thing, and talking to people who understand it and appreciate it, and then who even more than that appreciate me and my weird sense of humor and my weird personality. It brings me joy, it makes me feel known, it makes me feel comforted and affirmed and validated and all those things. So yeah, this is just kind of a brief PSA to say that people leave me comments all the time to let me know that I've comforted them, and you have no idea how much you've comforted me. Daniel, thank you. Do a flip. I cannot do a flip. Well, you dodged a bullet, ACS. Otoscope Queen. Yeah, I don't have Snapchat. I don't know. So I just recently do a barrel roll. Flippy, do a barrel roll. Hair flip? I can do a hair flip with my tangled, greasy hair right now, but I'll do it. So it actually smells really good right now. It smells like lilacs, so the hair mask did. You ready? Who's ready for a hair flip? Someone tell me you're ready for a hair flip. Slippy, get back here. I keep calling him Flippy. I know it's not Flippy, it's Slippy. All right. So I used actually this really nice hair mask that conditioned my hair really well, but it conditioned it so well that it's a little greasy right now. Maybe she's born with it. Flip accomplished. What even was I talking about? I think I was telling you all how much I love you. Okay, so real quick, Pantene commercial. I actually use Head and Shoulders. Dana, thank you. Shoot, I blinked. You're gonna have to watch the replay. So for anyone who's getting blocked, I very recently started asking patrons from Patreon to be moderators for me. If only you were Polly. You don't know that I'm not. I'm not, but you don't know that I'm not. I 100% support people who are. So I only recently started asking people to be moderators so I could start doing live chats. Moving forward, I don't really have a schedule, but I think I'd like to start doing like Q&A, Hangout, live chats. Okay, yeah, I would like to do a Hangout maybe once a month or so, and I would like to do a ASMR live stream maybe once a month. I'm not 100% sure how that's going to work, but I've only very recently started bringing in, I've only recently started bringing in moderators. I think this is going to be like probably going to have some bumps and stuff. I'm in actually literally Michael Cantor, please private message me. That would be really helpful if you want to. If not, I know you're making the world better in other ways. So I want to do this. I need moderators. I've had a few people agree to it. I've given them some very vague instructions about what I want blocked and what I don't want blocked. And I think it's going to take some fine tuning over a few months. Thank you. Before we get that figured out. So I apologize if anyone's getting blocked who feels like they shouldn't be blocked. But we're just kind of working out some live stream bumps right now. Basically, my instruction has been like, if anything is obviously harassing or hateful, what are you talking about? I don't know. I don't even know. Damn chatbot. No, any cool. Yummy Nimco. I would moderate for you, but I have no time. No, that's fine. Good night, Joshua. Beautiful soul. Thank you. She's speaking of moderation. Kiss the lens. I shall not kiss the lens. I don't care to. I would moderate. No, honestly, I don't need too many moderators. Christopher. Thank you. I don't drive like a messhole anymore, though. I used to, but I don't anymore. Believe it or not, Christopher, Austin drivers are way more terrifying than Massachusetts drivers. For those of you who don't know, Massachusetts drivers are really, really, really aggressive and scary, but Austin drivers are aggressive and scary, but also don't seem to realize that anyone else is on the road. So they're like, I guess, more reckless. These live streams relax you, that's cool. 706 I recognize that username. I'm going to leave this on as I go to sleep. Do you have any merch out yet? I do have. Oh, they're going by so fast. Dear Lord, Austin drivers. Yeah. Mask guy, drove like Christopher. So, don't drive angry. Don't. Totally be facing it. Atlanta drivers. Egypt? That's so cool. Hi, Egypt. If you're from Mass. So I lived in a few different places in Massachusetts until I was like 29, and then I moved to Texas. I don't want to get too specific, but it was all East Coast, South, North, South, and Central. Thank you, Daniel. It was a delight to see you. You just say Salem area. No, I went to Salem State University. It was Salem State College at the time, on and off for 8 years to get a 4-year degree. So. Need some Boston slang here. Nick, you need some wicked pissa Boston slang here? What's your degree? I have a degree in theater performance. Good night, ACS 197. Philly but live in Boston. Yeah, neither accent is especially, beautiful. Thank you, Dale. A degree in awesome. Green Bay. Makes you most nervous about acting. I feel like that might be a more intense question than I can handle right now. Favorite stage musical? I actually just saw Hamilton recently on stage, and it was amazing. Your mom videos are the best. I like doing mom videos. Ooh. So I'm gonna have to set myself to like a really specific You know when you don't want to be the last person to leave a party? I feel like I would just hang out until no one was here. And we've had a steady about 100 people here since I started. So we're at 126 minutes right now. And I'm going to hang out until 130 minutes and then turn it off and try to get some sleep. Because I have kids to take care of tomorrow. But yeah, I'm going to do this for like 3 more minutes. Party time! When they're supposed to be working. Oh, God. Although I'm supposed to be sleeping right now. But you know, I would be that guy. Make it rain, folks. So what do we want to do with these last few minutes? So I'm not going to be able to respond to a bunch right now. But I want to do more live streams because they make me really happy. I've done just a few of them and I enjoy the heck out of them. And they're really fun. Go to bed. I'm going to go to bed in a minute. So I want to do more live streams. I'm going to schedule them. I'm probably going to do 2 a month. Theoretically, my goal is to do 1 Hangout live stream and 1 ASMR live stream. Schedule them far enough in advance and vary them so that many people can attend them. Thank you there, girl. Slam 3 more shots. I can't do that. I'm probably going to have to feed my baby in a couple hours. Yeah, tell us ahead of time. So if any of you want to follow me on Patreon, you don't have to pay. So I guess advertisement or whatever, you can follow me on Patreon for like $1 a month and get a bunch of perks that way. You can also, I don't know exactly how, but you can follow me on Patreon for free, and I do make some public posts. You can follow me on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram under JBG for free, and that doesn't cost any money, and you'll be able to hear about my live streams that way. But over the next 2 minutes, I would like to hear a little bit about what kind of live stream stuff you would like to see in the future. I'd like to get a feel for whether you're more interested in Hangouts, Q&As, behind the scenes stuff. Thank you, Matt. It was so great to have you here. It was like having a friend that I know here. It made me feel really comforted and safe. Thank you. Baby's great. Thank you. Holly. Nick. Behind the scenes stuff. Okay, Q&A. Behind the scenes. Do more of this. I had a lot of fun doing this. I'd love to do it. You're welcome. Thank you. Beijing chat. That's so cool. Hi, Beijing. Q&A. Hi, exam stuff. Show and tell thing. I would love to do that. It's great hearing what you deal with and still make it look make it look easy. Thank you. Please show us how you do makeup. Thank you. I tried to do like a get ready with me last night. Thank you, Holly. It was really great to have you here. Ask Kisser. Hey! Showing up at the last minute, Madame Meridian. No, I have a Madame Meridian video planned really soon, but it's like kind of involved and I'm tired and old, so I've been putting it off. But Dale, you cannot do live stream with me, but you can leave comments on my videos and hang out on my live streams. Sip and paint, is that like one of those things where you drink wine and do paintings? You got to revisit the commune soon, I'm assuming. Me too? Okay. Otoscope videos. I love doing otoscope videos. I was taking a break from like medical type videos for a while just because I wanted to do something different for a little while. And medical videos are kind of like all reliable for me. Alright, so I'm going to start closing this out. I'm not looking at comments at the moment because I want to talk and I feel really distracted when I look at the comments, but this has made me really happy. I really enjoyed this. I'm so grateful to all of you for being here. I'm going to be doing live streams on a semi-regular basis, like probably once or twice a month. I'm so grateful to y'all for being here. People I haven't seen before, it was really neat to see you here. People who I see regularly in my comment sections, it was really cool seeing you here. Because it was like having a good friend. It made me feel supported and safe. Good luck on your final, Ian. So I'm going to be signing off, and I hope you all be patient with the fact this is always a work in progress. My channel is growing. Thank you, Christopher. Thank you, Michael. Michael's known me since I was, I think, 20 or 21, and I'm almost 36, so that's notable. I'm just so happy to see all these comments from you. It makes me feel really good. I don't know what to say other than just you all make me feel really good and comforted when we are old. See you next time. Yeah, so just in general, I'm hopefully going to be doing more live streams. I'm going to be figuring it out. Kiss lines. Okay, fine. Mwah. Sleep well and have a good night. Yeah, I'm going to bed in a second. But I'm going to be doing more live streams. They're going to be a little more organized. They're a delight. You're a delight. There will, in the meantime, probably be people who get like blocked because I've been asking people to moderate with kind of vague instructions, but we're gonna work it out. We're gonna figure it out. And over time, I think we're gonna have a lot of fun, and this was a delight. And so many of you leave me comments saying that I comfort you and help you sleep and make your days better. Hey, Nimco. Thank you again. I think you might have asked a question that I never get around to answering. I'm sorry. But yeah, too much. But I feel really good and proud about the fact that I can help you. And I want you all to know how much it helps me that I can help you. That sounds silly, but it's true. So sweet dreams. I love y'all. I'm gonna grab some random piece of advice that means a lot to me, and I'm going to say that you cannot put a down payment on future suffering. And that's because if you're anything like me, you worry about shitty stuff happening in the future, and you on some level think that if you worry about it enough in advance and in great detail in advance, you'll protect yourself somehow, but you won't. You cannot put a down payment on future suffering. So maybe you should hold it down in the future. I don't know, but worrying about it now isn't going to help. Stay smart, stay wise, be good to yourself. You deserve to be kind to yourself. One of the best things you can do in life is be kind to others. And just as good as that, you can be kind to yourself. So that's my love. I don't know, cornball. Night, y'all. Night.